went to the venue. When they finished from the venue, they entered into a bus and moved to Abuja. Now imagine, you are a journalist. You are hanging on the fact that when they finish, you are going to get your interview. And this is a story that must go on Newsline because the vice president was there. And all expectations were on us to get it. I've interviewed about 6 governors. I've interviewed the vice president. I've interviewed the governor. I've interviewed the wife. I've interviewed the celebrant because they brought them out to greet the vice president. Ask me, some organizations, I don't want to mention names because it's not about clash or organizations, whether it's television, whether it's radio, they missed all the interviews. The only person that had the interview was Femi Johnson. So everybody was looking for Femi Johnson. So what am I telling you? If you don't get to your venue on time, if you don't get to your assignment venue on time, you miss the major source of your story. Imagine that we are now. You have seen the former minister seated here. You have seen the essay seated here. The representative of the minister and also the essay. When the call comes now, as we are seated here now, and Mr. President called the former minister and says, I want to see you at Villa now. As he's saying, I want to see you at Villa, maybe it has to do with sports. The Honorable Minister of Sport called the essay, where are you? Sir, I told you I'm going to attend one program. Leave that program, join me now. There's an emergency assignment at the Villa. The Honorable Minister of FCT calls his representative. There is a very important assignment now at the Villa. I want to see you immediately. And before you know what's happening, the 3 of them stands up from here and they move out. Because they are waiting for them at the Villa. And you, journalists, you are still on standby, waiting for them to deliver their speech, that by the time they finish, you will take them on. What happens? You have missed. Because by the time they are coming out, maybe he will even be on call. Are you going to stop him from his call? Because he's going to do something like this. Okay, sir. I've heard you, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, and he's moving out with the call. So how do you stop him? And he enters his car and he zooms. You have missed. And you have missed. There's nothing you can do about it. So you have to be conscious of time so that it will be of benefit to you. In your figures and results, that is the biggest mistake most journalists, particularly sports journalists, make. What you don't know, do not say. Instead, clarify and be sure of what you are clarifying. Let me give you an instance. An incident just happened about a day or 2 days ago at where they said somebody, one of the players, slumped and died. It was that he collided with somebody. And that was what every newspaper, televisions, radio, that was what they were. Even me, that was what I posted to my people so that they can take the story. But one of my staff, who was more meticulous, decided to call the place because he knows somebody there. And they said the guy did not actually collide with anybody. He was just standing on his own, and before you know what's happening, he slumped and died. So, who is exact in figures? It is the person who has made more clarification. Be sure of what you want to post. Be sure of what you are saying. Credibility starts from when they know who you are. They can call you for certain things. If you cannot be called for anything as a journalist, start checking yourself. It is better you start learning tailoring, or those ones, they don't call for anything. You can do it. But for journalism, you will be called at any time. Another instance occurred. I was the head of politics in then, and we were in Kogi State. And they were just about to declare the former governor, who is now late, Prince Abubakar Audu, the winner. And before you know what's happening, they shifted it that the result will be announced the following morning because of certain things. But as at the time they were announcing, and the record that they have, it is obvious that Prince Abubakar Audu was going to win that election. Before you know it, early in the morning, That's why another thing you should do, please relate with those who are working with the ogas. The driver, the secretary, they will be useful for journalists. The driver called me. I called Prince Abubakar Audu, late Prince Abubakar Audu. May his soul rest in perfect peace. At 12 midnight. And I said, Your Excellency, congratulations. He said, Femi, thank you. Meet me in my house in Lokoja by 8 o'clock in the morning. That's when we can talk. You don't need to send somebody to Ubonicha. That's his home town. I said, okay, sir. By 2 a.m., the driver called me. The driver, how do I get close to the driver? Anytime I go to see the governor, if the governor settles me, I drop something for him. And he said, Oga, as I speak now, Oga don't die. I say, Oga do waiting. He said, Oga don't die. But they never tell anybody. I dey in front of him place. I say, what's happened? I say, Oga, no free talk. But I just say, make I tell you. And I said, okay, when did he die? He said, Oga, no. He was with us till 1 o'clock. And he entered inside his room. I said, are you sure he's dead? He said, Oga, he's dead. What do I do? I know his doctor. I called the doctor. The doctor said, I'm just on my way to the place. There's also another woman that I know very close to him. I called the woman. The woman said, Femi, I won't lie to you. Oga is dead. Then my DG called me at 6 o'clock. Femi, so many things are trending. What is the true position of things? I said, sir, my man is dead, but they have not announced his death officially. So it's left for my boss to decide whether he wants to post that the man is dead. But as a journalist, I've done my own. He has confidence in me. He believes in me. That's why he sends me there. Your bosses must have confidence in you if you want to excel in this profession. And you must be trustworthy. And you must always tell them the truth. Do not guess or procrastinate. Another instance I will tell you. I covered one football match. It was just a minute to the end of the match. And where I was working in NTA, those who have been to Lokoja before, is on top of a hill. And because I want to make 7 o'clock news, I just assume that 1 minute, there is no problem. It's 1-0. To go and package my story and to just do breaking news. The newscaster announced, Kogi United Football Club, this evening at the Lokoja Township Stadium, defeated their counterpart, Kogi Teachers, by a logo in the finals of the Challenge Cup. Before you know what's happening, there's even no phone. As I was coming down, so many people were already down. Kogi Teachers scored 2 goals within 1 minute. So Kogi Teachers won the game by 2 goals to 1. So when I came down, they said, Femi, and meanwhile, then you have to send the story to Abuja so that Abuja too can take the story. Abuja don't carry the story. Make me to say, let me read. We are not there. And that's why for those of you coming up, you must reawaken your brain to so many things. How do you carve this story? So that when it comes out, excellent. We are moving on. Research thoroughly. Any journalist who is not ready to research will definitely miss out in this profession. Without research, you can never get to anywhere in this profession. Particularly if you want to be a sports journalist. What do you even want to talk about when you don't have research? How do you want to do it? In 1999, I was assigned to cover Nigeria, I think that should be under 17 World Cup in Enugu. At that time, Nigeria just appointed a coach, under 20. Nigeria just appointed a new technical advisor to Super Eagles team. They drafted the man to be with the team in Enugu. And now look, as a commentator, what do I want to talk about when I don't have any dossier about this man? I made an inquiry. They said he was going to lodge at Nickel Lake, if I'm right. I think Nickel Lake in Enugu. I went there. When I got there, I met 10 journalists seated, waiting for the man. I got there at 11 o'clock. The match is going to start at 4. 12, the man did not come out. 1, the man did not come out. 2, the man did not come out. By 2:15, the 10 journalists got angry. They were livid. One man came out. The name of that man I can never forget was Chime. Chime came out and he said, Foster, gentlemen, I'm sorry. There's nothing we can do. The man is tired and he's still sleeping. And they left angrily. I sat down. After 30 minutes, it was already 3. I had calculated from that place to the stadium. If there's no hold up, maybe about 30 minutes. If there's hold up, maybe about 45 minutes. If I'm going to go on bike, maybe about 20 minutes. So after some time, the man came out again and said, let me wake the man for you. And he woke the man up. When the man came out, you could see that he was still sleeping. But he said, I cannot talk to you. But he brought out something like a CV of himself. He gave me a gift. He gave me $100. I cannot forget. Don't ask for the $100 though. It's long. So when I got the paper had everything you need to know about the man. Meanwhile, my co-commentator, his name is Chijoke Nwokolo. I don't know where he is now. It's long I heard about him. Chijoke Nwokolo is a very good commentator. His voice is excellent. When he talks, he has the same voice with Ama. The voice is distinct. But because I know that I don't have that voice, what will I have to match up? If I don't have voice, let me have background now. Facts, figures. And he decided that this is a match that many Nigerians are looking forward to. It's a game that Nigeria needs to win to be able to move forward in the quest for the Under-20 World Cup, which has eluded Nigeria for a long time. And to ensure that Nigeria gets a result from this match, coach, I think Tis Libret, I can't remember. Tis Libret has been drafted to the team to ensure that. So when he said that, we had agreed. When you have 2 commentators, when you want to talk and he's still talking, you just tap him, just gently. So I tapped him. When I looked into the camera, they showed me Tis Libret. I just said, and that is the man Nigeria has brought to assist. 53-year-old, played football in so place. I was just dropping. The last game he watched was against so. Before he got this appointment, he was almost going to Spain. But now, my boss, Akinloye, late Akinloye Baji, did you get the information? Where did you get it? He was doing his hand like this. And I carry the paper. The paper was showing Tis Libret, his logo, and his country, with all the facts. And I did like this. He said, meanwhile, I handed over to Chijoke to continue. He continued. After a while, I had done my research on all the players, their secondary school, where they have gone to. So when he gives me microphone, if a player is, I just pull out the data. When we finish the first half, he say, oh boy, come here. The way they do this thing, I don't like him. You just give fast, like saying, you don't even give me anything. Why would I give you? You get voice. Me, after the first half, my 2 bosses came and they said, Femi, let me see that thing. Please. Let somebody photocopy coming to tell me that MFM and Enyimba, they play 2-0. Which kind of information is that? Information that is on since yesterday. Give me things that I do not know about that match. Talk about the referee. How did he perform? Talk about other sidelines. Talk about the spectators. Talk about the supporters. Talk about the crowd. Other issues that people do not know. So that those who do not go to that stadium, they feel you. Attraction, attention, and connection is what matters in this profession. Create anxiety. Create suspense. Be exact with your time. balance your report, take all shades of opinion, in-depth reportage of events matters. Your uniqueness is also an essential quality. Knowledge, you must be well informed and you must comport yourself. Lastly, because time is not on my side, your choice of words and your language. You're talking about basketball. You don't even know they normally talk in basketball. You're talking about volleyball. You have not gone to do your research. You have not gone to watch volleyball. You know you are going to cover national under-20 handball championship. Maybe in Sokoto or anywhere, or maybe in Abuja. You cannot even go to training of the Abuja team so that you can learn basics of it. So that by the time you are writing, you corner one coach, sit down with him. Why is it 9 meters? Why is it 7 meters? I expect him to blow penalty. Why did he not blow the penalty? They will tell you that the guy stepped on the line, and so that's why they cannot blow. Why would a goalkeeper leave his post and go and score? It is the duty of any sports journalist covering that assignment to let us know whether you are for television, whether you are for radio, whether you are for newspaper. So on a last note, which I want all of us to be very particular about, your dress sense. If you are a journalist and you don't have a good dress sense, you are addressed the way you dress. Somebody will look at you critically to be sure of who he's talking to and to be sure that this person, what is on you. I always tell my people, look at me. Is it my wristwatch? Don't bother to look at my wristwatch. Is it my shoe? Or is it my combination? You must have something that will be unique about you as a sports journalist. You are dressing. You are wearing native. There's no cap. You are wearing t-shirt. The t-shirt you have worn, the collar here is completely dirty. And you are going to do an interview for a minister. Your shirt is torn. And because you just want to do it because of the egunje you are going to get, you are just rushing to the place. Please, let's make this profession honorable. You will be respected when people see the kind of person you are and the way you dress. And it is not everything that is money. So for those of you who are coming in, maybe you have seen one journalist who is making it heavily. And you are thinking that that journalist, because he has made it, that's why I want to join. You better watch it. There is money in this profession, there is no doubt. But if you are not hardworking, if you are not committed, if you are not dedicated, you will never get it. Because it is when you do excellent job that somebody recognizes you and find a way to compensate you for what you have done. If you don't do that, you will not get. My last story, shortly. I was in Ibadan, posted to Ibadan. I spent 2 years in Ibadan. One day, I looked at my tires for my car. I don't have money in Ibadan. It was a dry place. And the tires were completely worn out. They are getting to a level that I need to change. I was worried. I went to inquire. They said 32K for one. That same day, I went to inquire. Somebody just told me, Mr. Johnson, please stop. I don't know him. I couldn't recognize him. He said, sir, do you remember at PDP Secretariat? One day I walked up to you. I brought my candidate who was to contest the governorship election. And they were giving you, I don't want to mention the amount so that you don't start thinking, this man don't make plenty money for politics. So they gave you money, all the other governorship, but I don't have any money. And I told you, I don't have anything. And you said I shouldn't worry, that I should go and bring my candidate. You did not him. You showed him even more than those who gave you money. I now saw you. Are you in Ibadan? I said, yes. Can I have dinner with you? I said, okay. I went for the dinner. He said, I'm now dealing with tires. I was just looking. He said, Funke, go and check Mr. Femi Johnson's car, the tires, and check the numbers so that I will give for. It was almost 10 years after. Look at it from this angle. Let me be blunt. Everybody was giving 50K. But the man said he doesn't have any money. If you are a journalist, you will look at, you don't have money. Sit down there. Now there you go stay. When there are people offering money. It is. So please, let money not be the main issue. Let money not be the main issue. You will get the money. You will get the fame. You will also get results after, which we call reward. So I want to, on behalf of Oga Busari and all the organizers, thank you very much for this golden opportunity. I call it golden because who am I? Of all the sports journalists that we have, of all the journalists we have in this world, to be in the midst of my former minister, my SA, Mr. Victor, and also our minister's representative, is indeed to appreciate you, and I thank you for giving me the opportunity to sit down and even listen to me. It's possible for you to talk about here. Uniqueness. Come out from a different